Live from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Thanks for joining us on this week's BG24 News. I'm Raylan Cleveland. The Special Olympics were last week. There were more than 100 student volunteers helping with these games. But do you know what else the Special Olympics had to offer? Jennifer Albright has a story.
This year, Special Olympics brought the Winter Games to Bowling Green State University.
This is the first indoor Winter Games that we're having. And it's combined swimming, basketball, and a competitive cheerleading. So it's the first time ever.
However, Special Olympics brought so much more than just the sporting events themselves.
This is the Healthy Athlete Station as part of the athlete community here. So the first station over here, we're checking athletes' hearing because hearing is often one of the issues that goes undetected within the special education community. And then this is the Strong Mind Station. So we're teaching athletes healthy coping strategies that they can utilize both here at the games and within their daily lives. And then the third session over here focuses on the whole body. They're going to be doing stretching and working with physical therapists, just getting themselves to move a little better, pay attention to any kind of muscle pain, soreness, anything like that.
Within the Perry Fieldhouse, there were multiple vendors and sponsors, the State Trooper torch run tables, and even a quiet area for athletes and their families.
So other than just the event itself, we have games in there, including cornhole. There's also photo booths. There's some exercise stuff like doing yoga. We had Freddie also come in. He was surprising everybody, taking pictures.
We brought it to Bowling Green, and we'll continue here year after year.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Jennifer Albright.
IDCE, the Inclusive, Diverse, and Cultural Educators Club, is the newest student organization on campus. Chaz McPeak has more.
Students from all walks of life are invited to walk on in to the meetings of BGSU's newest student organization, the Inclusive, Diverse, and Cultural Educators Club, or the IDCE. February 13th to the 21st was designated as the organization's launch period, garnering a student following through the promises of a safe place to discuss cultural experiences, a way to become an advocate for diversity, and free donuts. Though a set base of operations still has yet to be determined, it is expected that the organization will take root in the Bowen-Thompson Student Union.
I really want people to be more aware of what they say and how they perceive others, and to not be biased and take into consideration that you need to be sensitive of people's backgrounds.
Education students Kate Jefferson and Mimi Sato devised the club as a way to bring together students of multiple backgrounds. They hope to create a net of support for those who may have been affected by racial discrimination and build friendships amongst peers.
I think everyone can learn from each other, especially those that come from different races, ethnicities, and who have different cultures, and we can take our experiences and the resources that we have into our future classrooms to help our students from diverse backgrounds.
The IDCE is hoping to grab the attention of students all over campus and to unite Bowling Green with cultural understanding and an inclusive atmosphere. While the target demographic is education students, the IDCE won't turn their backs on anyone who wants to join the cause. I'm Chaz McPeak, BG24.
Are you graduating this spring? Are you prepared and ready? Our reporter Jennifer Albright has all the answers.
It's nearing the end of the school year here at BGSU, and for some students that means one thing: graduation. A lot of work and preparation goes into graduating and also the life after. But what exactly does this include?
So thinking about important resources for seniors during their last semester, I definitely want to highlight our Career Center. I think that our staff does a great job to help prepare students for that final step, for polishing the resume, mock interviews. Ideally, seniors preparing to graduate would meet with their academic advisor the semester before so that they can run through their degree audit and make sure they're registering for the proper classes, the correct classes for that final semester. You should go back into your degree audit yourself and double check to make sure your degree audit shows that all requirements have been met. They should all be marked with an in progress, that purple check. You shouldn't have any red on your degree audit. If you do, make sure you meet with an advisor right away.
Getting ready for graduation is one thing. Preparing for the life after graduation is a whole nother.
So first of all, I applied to graduation and checked my degree audit so that I made sure I had all my requirements for graduation, both my minor and my major. I updated my resume so that it includes everything I've done over the past 4 years here at BGSU. I made a LinkedIn, and then I applied for graduate school.
I am currently student teaching at Anthony Wayne High School, and for post-graduation I am sending an application through a website called Dayton Consortium, where it will send my resume and my transcript to schools in the Dayton area.
It's important to remember you have to apply for graduation, and that's done through MyBGSU. And if you plan to walk, you need to do that, and that happens later in the spring. You can find all the information about commencement at commencement.bgsu.edu.
So seniors, walking across that stage in May can be a nerve-wracking thought. However, the time is coming and it's coming fast. Having these tools may help set you up for success with graduation and the life after. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Jennifer Albright.
Do you know what a caucus is? Our reporters asked around campus to see if students really knew what it was.
As election results from the state caucuses continue to roll in, do students even know what a caucus is?
Something with politics. Oh, that's with the elections. Okay. I don't know exactly what it is, though. I just know it's with the elections.
I would say like a controlled, kind of voting group thing.
I know that it has something to do with the elections.
If something has existed in America's history since its creation back in the 1700s, why is it such a mystery to the average college student? There could be several explanations for this. The first one being caucuses are only practiced in a handful of states. According to Business Insider, caucuses were actually practiced in most states up until the 1970s, when it was decided a voting reform was needed after what was considered a, quote, political catastrophe with the 1969 election. So, what is a caucus?
An electoral primary done in some states, most famous one being Iowa and I think New Hampshire. And so you have to declare what party you're voting for, and you're like a representative for the state in like a smaller way, I think. And so you have to go to a floor and like argue about why you're voting for a particular candidate.
Early voting has started in Ohio. Be sure to stay up to date on the latest caucus results. With BG24, I'm Courtney Bryan.
And phone calls.
Coming up next, Chase Bachman with our weekly Falcon Sports Report. We'll be right back.
Past few days have been good for the Orange and Brown, starting with men's basketball. The team defeated first place Akron on Tuesday to retake the top spot in the conference. The Falcons have secured a first-round bye in the MAC tournament and now have an inside track to land the 1 seed in Cleveland. The men have just 3 regular season games left, so looking to finish strong. They travel down to Miami to face the Redhawks tomorrow. Tip-off is at 3:30. On the women's side, the Falcons have struggled. They're in last place in the division, but had a bright spot on Wednesday when they upset first place Ohio. The Falcons' offense was really clicking. Katie Hempfling had a career-high 15 assists to go along with 7 points and 9 rebounds. The women will get ready to host Kent State tomorrow. Tip-off is at 2. And finally, the Falcon hockey team is on the road this weekend. They play Alabama Huntsville, and with a couple of wins, they have a chance to grab home ice in the WCHA tournament. You can listen to the game on WBGU 88.1 FM. Puck drop is at 8:07. And that is it for Falcon Sports. We'll be right back.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, stars visit their friends?
Look!
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. Next, we find out why it's important for you to vote. This is a special edition for BG24 Election Series. This week, we'll discuss why your vote matters. One of the most important rights to American citizens is the right to vote. Originally under the Constitution, only white male citizens over the age of 21 were eligible to vote. This shameful injustice has since been corrected, and voting rights have been extended several times over the course of our history. Today, citizens over the age of 18 cannot be denied the right to vote, regardless of race, religion, sex, disability, or sexual orientation. However, in every state except North Dakota, citizens must register to vote, and laws regarding this registration process vary by state. The 2008 U.S. Census Bureau says that only 63% of people registered to vote did. That doesn't seem that bad until you realize that only 72% of America is even registered to vote. In reality, only 45% of America is even voting in these elections, even though they could determine the fate of this country. Millennials have been credited with the decisive vote in 2012 election of Barack Obama for a second term as president. Obama won 67% of the national youth vote, proving more popular in the crucial states such as Florida, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio over his opponent Mitt Romney in 2016. Candidates campaigned hard for the 18 to 29 set, signaling out an initiative to target millennials as a powerful electorate group. We had the opportunity to talk to League of Women Voters member Judy Knox to find out why she thinks it's important to vote.
It gives you a voice. It lets you participate even if you lose. You learn something from it or your side loses. But you honestly cannot complain if you haven't even tried for your person. And I think that's the main piece.
Why? Because they understand the necessity of winning approval from this voting majority. You may feel that choosing a president or a senator just isn't something that affects your life right now. You might not be struggling with issues like college debt or finding a full-time job. For many millennials, adulthood brings many new challenges, like college, marriage, buying a house, paying for your own health insurance, and or starting a business, all of which could radically change your perspective on these political issues. While you can't predict who or where you'll be in 4 years, you can be sure that political officials elected into office and the policies they implement will impact your life in the upcoming months.
That was a good, important package, really.
It sure was.
Are you going to be voting this fall?
I am already signed up, got my ballot ready to go.
All right, good stuff. I appreciate that.
Very good. Thanks for joining us on this week's BG24 News. For today's stories and more, you can follow us on bgsufalconmedia.com for all your campus and community news. Until next time.